To battle, Packmates, and welcome to a somewhat relaxed episode of Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Plus One. I am Rear Admiral Tarek of the Dreadnought Whitefire, as we start to mop up what remains of the Merak Star League, and things are going, I'd say, pretty well. We're currently sitting on top of this station here at 12.3. We also know that there's a planet here, I believe, at 14.2, and we're basically just going to put the pressure on, so no time in wasting anything, and except for a patrol that we can't avoid. Okay, game. I wanted to have a nice low-key session, just, relaxing, chilling out, but that ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be Dreadnought on Dreadnought violence in the middle of an anomaly, because, great. Thank you, game. This is exactly what I needed at X o'clock in the morning / night. We got a little bit behind on planning for the episodes, and today's episode is getting recorded at an absolutely unorthodox hour, so we are a little bit tired, so if you see any tactical mistakes, you can blame it on that, not necessarily me. After all, I am perfect and a genius and no concern whatsoever of my tactical prowess, obviously. Let's not forget the Wild Weasel. It's something that we constantly forgot in the last campaign, up until the point where it blew us up, I think. I think I'm remembering that correctly. Yeah, remembering the Wild Weasel was a very important step, and now we're outnumbered with a light cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and a freighter. The freighter I'm not concerned with at all. The light cruiser, I could take or leave. If it's a newer light cruiser, that could be a problem. If it's an older one, not so much of an issue. It is an HCM, so it's a heavy medium cruiser? That just doesn't make sense. That's weird. And you are a DNR, so you're a proper dreadnought. We're a single-tooth lion, so we're a little bit undergunned for a proper dreadnought. And with the anomaly coming up, you know what? We're going to run. We are not even going to bother risking the ship. There's no point. Look, we might, maybe on a good day, be able to take this. But today, no. I don't think it's worth trying, frankly. It's much too dangerous to attempt to fight off all this. We're outnumbered, and that's a huge deal in this sort of battle. And let's also make sure that we set up the defensive systems to these three. Not that one, this one. Thank you. And basically run at full speed. We're going to go to yellow alert, get all the power that we can out of the engine, because we're not actually going to fight. The Mauler should stay charged. No, it's not, because it drained it from the battery because we didn't cycle the battery properly. But yeah, this is not a fight worth fighting. This is madness and danger. As you can see, as we lose engine power once again. Not fantastic. How far away from the edge? Game, while you do this up, we've got power back, so engine's back on. I hate the anomaly mission so very much. There is nothing good about this mission. At least we'll be able to avoid it. But yeah, getting into a fight with all of this would be, I want to say moronic, but, ooh, will we drift across the line? Come on, drift a little bit more, just a little bit further. Gosh darn it. We're just barely still on this side, on the map. Even running away from this mission is frustrating. Okay, I thought for a second that the game had glitched out and said that we had basically no engine power. There we go. Yeah, even running away from that mission is tedious. It took us 3 minutes to get off that map. Really? 3 minutes to leave a map. It makes sense in some situations, but definitely not that one. That's ugh. I hate that mission. Apparently we got 364 prestige for it though. So thank you. Now can we, yeah, okay. So we'll finally be able to capture this tile. We've been working on this for one episode, so not a huge amount of effort invested into it, but we did have to sacrifice a couple of missions against it. We are going to today, of course, buy the Highwayman and the Grifter as we square off against a frigate and another frigate. Is it just two frigates? Does appear to be so, no concerns and or worries. So long as no dreadnoughts show up, and frankly we can probably rip open a dreadnought quite easily with our weaponry. No, not reinforce all. Come on, game. I know, it's late. I know you want to go to bed just like me, but we have things to do. Frigate, and frigate. So 3 frigates. The Mauler will make short work of all 3 of them. So let's increase the speed of time. If we can't get things done well and entertainingly, at least we can get a lot done tonight, hopefully. So increasing speed to maximum, also increasing that, forward shields being buffed. We are not preparing Wild Weasel. There's really no reason to, but we're going to, just so we keep in the habit We don't want to accidentally get ourselves out of the habit of doing the good things and then blowing our ship up because, you know, a situation occurred where being in that habit would have saved us. If he keeps running away, I'm perfectly alright with that. Set the capacitor to minimum range so that we can batter someone to pieces. We're in range. Kill him. There we go. Thank you. Make your course for this frigate. It is an FLG. Set up the expanding sphere generator to full and or maximum power. Disruptors may engage. We managed to hit with most of that. So a decent shot going out there. And this is going to kill you if you don't run. It didn't kill you. I'm actually really impressed. We'll also have our phasers take care of that before we unload you. So the skin cape managed to take all of our expanding sphere generator, which is impressive. So he gets points for that. Of course, there is a asteroid there that we may want to try and avoid hitting. And we'll just sit in here and continue to blast away. There's not much left of that ship. Oh, even less of that ship left now. Oh, taking those missiles straight to the face. And we're unfortunately flying away from the enemy, which means we will not be able to bring our armed disruptors around to fire. 3 missile launchers out of a small vessel like that. It's a police plus. Engage with disruptors. Minimal hits, but we're not really here to do a whole heck of a lot of hits. This battle is somewhat beneath us. After all, we are a dreadnought, and they are, well, not. Kick on the ESGs. He's done for now, folks. Hi. You see this blinding wall of energy? You somehow managed to survive it, but you didn't survive the phaser follow-up. So after running into that base station in the last episode, this is almost a letdown for how easily we managed to actually take this tile. Frustration abounds. So location taken, no problems at all. And a little bit of prestige just to add into the side of the bank. 156 is not bad. Tile taken, which means it is now a stepping off point for us to engage the rest of the Merak Star League. Their soft underbelly now exposed. Let's see if we can't push back the enemy influence just a little bit. Give our little outpost here some protection and defense. So, ready up. Rock and roll. And we do already see vessels out at range. We're just going to go through the housekeeping duties first before we bother figuring out what's going on around us. Mostly because we're not all that concerned about what's around us. We are not at full power, I just noticed. Fix the engines, please. No escorts for us today, but a single heavy cruiser is our enemy. It does not appear to be a carrier, simply from the little MFD design. It is an NCC, so a new command cruiser. So I'm expecting 4 missile launchers, 4 disruptors. We're just going to say that he's got better power generation. Also squaring off against another heavy cruiser. This one's an actual carrier. It's a CVSR, so dangerous. That is actually a pretty dangerous ship right there. So we will have to try and rush in and basically clobber this guy upside the head so he dies. Set the range of the ESG to the 0 mark. And let's gain some pretty significant speed on this. I want to hit him like a ton of bricks before we come in after him. He's going to have 16 fighters, I want to say. And if we have to get tied up with that and another enemy heavy cruiser, we may be in trouble. The single-tooth lion is great on one-on-one fights, but when outnumbered, it tends to not fall apart so much as have difficulty. We should have a short period of time with which we can engage the new command cruiser before the strike carrier gets involved. So as long as we can deal enough damage to basically cripple him out of the fight, we should be good. We'll also have to keep in mind that we do have a couple of pseudo frigates. No. Oh God. Okay, so the keyboard shortcuts for increase and decrease speed are A and S. The keyboard shortcut for dispatching a wild weasel is W, and I accidentally pressed W instead of the S key. Okay, thanks game. Really needed that. This will be an interesting impact. You're armed with 4 missile launchers, 4 disruptors, a pair of anti-missile defense systems, a fairly significant shield, which is a problem, and a whole bunch of Izzle fighters. Alright, so let's kick this on full power, and we're going to follow up with everything just as soon as we hit. Okay, that's what I had been hoping to happen. I was hoping to flood the system with enough damage that it would force critical hits, and it worked. So, great to us. Let's also dispatch the pseudo-frigates now. Get them out in defensive position. We do pretty much have no weapons right now. we fired our whole lot into that to basically crush a heavy cruiser in one shot. And so we're going to need a little bit of extension time where we get our phasers, disruptors, expanding sphere generators, and most importantly, the Mauler back. And actually, no, I suppose the most important thing is this expanding sphere generator. It will protect us from the fighters. We're about another turn away from being able to use it. And as long as the pseudo-frigates are out and he keeps shooting at them, we should be in good shape. The wonderful thing about these pseudo-frigates is they're basically like a frigate. They've got 3 disruptors and an ESG. That's pretty significant armament for something so small. He's doing a speed of 18, so he is steadily catching up to us. Let's dump a mine, just sort of discourage pursuit a little bit. And I hope the pseudo-frigates don't get hit by it. His fighters are starting to split up. That works for me. Expanding sphere generator, go out to 2. Kick on to full power. Let's put the defenses on. And if you turn on yours, that'll be great. So our ESG is active, and one of our fighters has been destroyed, but I think we've taken out both of his. So all weapons select, engage there. So we're managing to do a couple of light hits. We do have a Mauler that's mostly charged at this point. I think it's at 30 points of energy. No, it's only 17. We were close range, that's why I was showing high values. But we did manage to take out his fighter, and it only cost us, well, one of our fighters. Let's actually call him back, because he costs 200. So come back home. We need you. All up and select. And the Mauler, please. Mauler, please. 2. Mauler, why you no fire? Because of this bullshit. So, sorry, but sometimes this game can annoy me. A lot of things in this thing, like toggle off, like, you know, deactivate discharge from the battery, is very much affected by the, by needing to be toggled a full cycle before it actually, you know, does the thing you want it to do. Or in the case of the Mauler, unless you come into the energy panel and turn this off specifically, it'll come back on for no reason at all. So let's keep chunking away at this guy. We'll basically beat him into the ground. Mine. We are doing enough speed to get away from him. And he has most of his systems offline at this point. So let's pull away. And another mine if you can, very shortly. There we go. And did we take hits from that? I don't think so. But we are taking hits now. High RNG turn is a 66% chance. If we pull it off, we basically guarantee the win. I don't like you being so gosh darn close to me. ESG, what range are you? You're at 3.3? Kick all the things on. If he wants to get closer to me, he's welcome to, but he'll get hit by this. And I think he's committed now on a death spiral. That was a nice hit onto him. Can I get any more actual useful weapons onto him? I would like preferably the Mauler, because the Mauler should wipe him out. It is only at 7 points of power, so maybe not. It will knock out his shield. We took considerably more damage than I wanted to in this mission. Knocked out his shield finally, and the Mauler will get on target momentarily, assuming it doesn't get shocked off. There we go, causing some damage as we pass through. And most of his systems are offline. Hey, Marines? Yeah. Not quite in range of actually stealing the ship. This, and this all need repair. We did fall behind a little bit on that. Expanding sphere generators down to 1. Let's make this tight. Actually, down to 0. Let's make this super tight. Because you're dying. You're dying the next time the ECSGs kick on. Good night. Right there. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Whew. So a little bit more trouble than that's normally worth. But the enemy is indeed defeated. Let's see how much prestige we managed to make from that. Only 344. Okay, I suppose only isn't quite the right reaction. It is still a decent amount of prestige. 95 points of damage. Hey, shipyard. We've got cash we're looking to burn. BBT is anything bigger than that. If there is a BBX, it's going to be coming out soon. It'll be coming out in 11 years. So not super soon, but kind of. We could buy it. It's definitely within our price range. Is it? Oh no, that's 100 out. I thought for sure it was inside our price range. Not quite, so we will actually spend enough cash to repair, rearm, get all the good stuff back. Any cool new pseudo-fighters? Or pseudo-frigates? I will eventually get that right, or I may stop bothering to care. No, it still looks like the PFE is the best one you can get. I don't know if the X-Type era will bring in anything new, interesting, and more powerful, but here's to hoping. So, spending prestige, getting back up a little bit on these, a little bit more mines. I really do need more spare parts because I want to have at least half loads on everything. Not that we use it all that much, but it can be nice to have. We'll push out here just a little bit, put some pressure on, and again clear a space around our current position. That way we can be secure in our little outpost here. Red alert! Increase the speed. Come over here. Prep one of these, and this time hopefully not accidentally press the button, which immediately launches the Wild Weasel. That would be annoying. We need shield reinforcement. We haven't done that quite yet. Reinforce to the max. We'll come into power. Cycle the battery. Thank you. And currently on scope is just a single freighter. So we're going to have to chase quite a bit. So we'll increase the speed of time. So by the time our capacitors are all charged, we should have a lot of energy left. And now we're seeing a freighter, and a freighter, so 3 freighters. So far, it's not a very well-defended convoy, but that could change at any moment. The first of our Wild Weasels is ready. Let's prep a second, just to have some redundancy here, and continue on our way. Basically doing the maximum amount of speed that we can. 4 freighters. This is the convoy? Really? Okay, so this is a completely unescorted convoy. I don't quite know what the Marak were thinking when they just sent an unescorted convoy out into the middle of space. But I can assure you, sir, it was a mistake. So let's come in here and we'll lash out at you with a mauler that could probably kill you from much longer range. Turn to kill you is what I want to go after. So 2 more fire from that, please. I'm a little bit surprised that we can only actually bring 3 phaser 1s to bear on a single target. Hey, disruptors. Wasn't enough. Phasers. That should have been enough. Expanding sphere generator, full power. And this will kill you. There you go. And we'll set course for you. Should have increased the speed of time just a little bit. So not wasting so much time. Let's cut the shield reinforcement. We're not going to get anything from it anyway, purely because we're using so much engine power. Phasers. There we go. Last target. Mauler, can you do it? Not quite. Expanding sphere generator. There we go. Enemy convoy destroyed. Random convoy in the middle of, well, nowhere. Not quite sure why they had no escort. We're not that far behind the line. I would have imagined probably heavy cruisers. So 150 prestige, all the freighters destroyed, tile is neutralized. And there is a tile there that we kind of want to take. No missions for 2 tiles in a row, which is somewhat odd. Here we go. We do want to take this one. This will link up our lines, make things a whole lot safer. And come on. There we go, game. Alert, increase the speed. We need Wild Weasels first, because they take time to charge. Forward shields to the reinforcement, if you don't mind. Cycle the battery so that stupid stuff doesn't happen again. And check we're unescorted, currently squaring off against a single frigate. Okay. If that's how you want to play this, although I'm assuming because he spawned in the left position from us. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Pretty much that, yeah. Absolutely. If it's just the frigate and the single dreadnought, which is a DNM, so this is a MERV refit of a older dreadnought, it appears. I think. Let's double check this. On the fleet screen, you are, yep, a DNM. So he will have a MERV, but he's also going to be a fairly old design. We'll engage you with the Mauler if you get close enough, and that should also give us time to recharge the Mauler. So, slow down time to somewhat more normal time. Prepare to engage with maximum knowledge. Or fire. It didn't kill you. Expanding sphere generator now. Okay, that took way more effort than it should have. We have nothing currently ready to fight back, and you have a MERV. Drop a mine, increase speed. Let's pull some, I was going to say pull some Gs, but quite frankly, we're a giant battleship, not a fighter. We don't exactly pull Gs. We just sort of move. So we're going to set course directly away, and we're going to start building in some distance here. And he's pounding my stern shield, which is not great. He's got quite a few disruptors. I think staying at range plays to his strengths. He is a proper dreadnought. He's not like some sort of old era dreadnought either. Let's get the pseudo frigates out. Have them on point defense. Hopefully they can get their shields on before the DNM targets them. And we'll set this to minimum values. And they're already going full in on him. Drawing fire, that's exactly what we want from them. Shield reinforcement to zilch. I would like to get some, power back so that I can fire this Mauler. It's a very, very powerful weapon that we'd like to use. So, full power on this. All weapons select. Deal some damage, and this will open him up. There we go. Took out 2 of his primary shields. And that took out our fighter. I was wondering if I should try and see if I could jump to the weapons screen to try, or not weapons, but defense screen to try and grab some of those. But I figured I didn't want to waste the time. Didn't think I'd make it. And gave up on trying. So he started to slow down, which is really good for us. Our forward shield is still mostly at full power. We will be able to get a nice little phaser / disruptor burst into him right here. And the Mauler threw in just for good measure. Did our expanding sphere generator? Oh, his came on. It's like I heard an ESG go on. So just plinking away at him, spreading out the damage across multiple shields. And if he keeps targeting multiple vessels, he's basically in for a world of hurt. And if you come in at me, I'm gonna hit you with the ESG again. And I can tell you, it's not gonna be pretty for you. Yep, ESG's fully charged, and we're committed back on this turn back in. So this will be another 80 damage straight on into him. Ha! He doesn't like that, so he's immediately turning to put this shield to me. I'd like to hit him in the middle, that way bust open both shields. Come on. There we go. And then lay into him with the rest of the weaponry. And that's got quite a few systems on his ship offline at this time. It's 11 to capture. We're not going to try that just yet. And we do want to keep our focus sort of on the port side of his vessel. That's the side that we've basically taken out all his defenses. Although I doubt we'll be able to make it onto that side. He can still turn rather tight. His MIRV launcher is offline. That's not surprising at all. The MIRV is one of the most fragile pieces of equipment on any Marak ship, as we've noted, well, in our Marak gameplay. One of the first things that broke, that MIRV. For this ship, it's been these 2 rear-mounted Phaser 3s. They tend to break down all the time. Yep, we're on the angle I want to. There we go. Starting to lay into him just a little bit. We'll come up with phasers. How's the Mauler doing? 8 points of damage. Do it. And phasers. Ooh, and the ESG. This is going to be a full burst through. ESG's back to full power, and this ought to kill him. Yep. Couldn't handle it. He just could not handle the rush of energy. And we almost made it through with 100% shield efficiency. He did manage to bust through one of them and cause a little bit of light damage to us. Well, that, and he did destroy a 200 pseudo-frigate, which expensive. We're going to pop back home, which we're now starting to call this home base. Shipyard, how you doing? We're still below the cost that it would be to purchase a BBT. So just gonna double check, make sure that there is no sort of special stuff. The Wildcat battlecruiser. Nah, not interested. Not interested nor interesting. And apparently we took 0 damage in that fight, so hooray. 200 points had to be spent on that. And I think that's going to wrap it up for our somewhat unorthodoxly timed episode. Yeah. Wow, we've really taken a nice little bite out of the Marak. I think we may crunch down on these, but I do want to go after this planet. It's a very nice planet. So, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time we release one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment and I will see you all in the next episode.